Okay, guys, let's get going. Thank you everyone for attending the first press conference for the Cape Cobras this season. I want to welcome everyone. It's good to see everyone fit and healthy. I think just to start off, I think we should recognise the people that in the cricket fraternity in Cape Town and in South Africa that have been affected by COVID. I know a number of people in particular the clubs in Cape Town that have been affected, so I think we just should acknowledge that, and we wish the families well, and we hope that we can get back to some sort of a cricket season very soon and give people what they want to see. So I think thank you for attending again today. In front of us we've got Ashwell Prince and Zubayr Hamza, and I'll leave it up to the coach to officially announce the new captain for the season, and I'll immediately open up the floor to some questions as soon as he's done. If we could keep the questions to Cape Cobras matters and not necessarily any national matters. Thank you very much. Ash?
Yeah, welcome everyone. It's good to see everyone back again. Obviously today's announcement is about the announcement of our new captain, and so for the season of 2021, captain is going to be Zubayr Hamza. From my point of view, he's obviously been fulfilling the role on a part-time basis last season, especially during the one-day competition. And besides the fact that he's he leads from the front with a bat. He's an astute thinker about the game. He's a student of the game, and I think most importantly, as a captain, some of his strengths are that he has genuine care for his teammates and for the rest of the team, the squad. And I think because of that, he will enjoy a lot of support from his teammates. There's a lot of other players within the squad that has shown some leadership characteristics, and I'm sure out there in the middle that he'll be able to draw on those expertise from people like Yanaman and Peter Milan, Carl, Tazozi, Jordan. These guys have all displayed some leadership qualities, and so obviously as a young captain you'll be needing that support out in the middle, and I'm sure he'll be able to draw on the experiences out there. So all the best, fella.
Thanks. Open it up straight away. Questions?
Congratulations, Zubayr. Ash, obviously Zubayr's played. He's played international cricket last season. He was part of it. You must have taken sorry.
Yeah, you can take.
He played Test cricket last summer. You're not concerned that he might be away for part of the season, and if so, do you have a standing captain as well?
Yeah, look, no, those type of things doesn't concern me at all. Actually, it excites me when our players get selected for the national team. I mean, that's part of our job. That's why we're here, to produce players for the national team. So when those things happen, we get excited about that. It's also a big squad. It always is a big squad, 18 players. It gives other people opportunities to play. So yeah, we look forward to those opportunities for the guys to get selected to the national team. And then obviously, like I said, I mentioned a few names now of some other guys who have displayed some leadership characteristics, and we are able to choose out of that group of players somebody to lead for however long it might be that Zubi might be away.
Zubi, congratulations. You're obviously taking over from quite a unique character, and in Dan Pitton, and he had a certain stamp on the side. I can't imagine that you're going to do it that way. Which way, or what is your way, and how are you going to do it?
I don't necessarily think that I have a way specifically so far. We've kind of drawn on from where the team is at the moment, the personnel we have in the team, and kind of what the general consensus is of how people like to go about things. And from what I can take so far, it's more structured, it's more professional, in my opinion. And it's more, how can I say, it's more focused from the earlier point of view. I think the time becomes he did a tremendous job for us for however many seasons he was as a player and as a captain. And he has a different personality for sure, and it kind of worked with the personnel we had in the team. And now we've got 8 new players this season, of which they come with, a lot of them are from up country and they've been playing cricket a different way, and we've kind of found a good balance between the guys that have been here and how we like to play cricket, and kind of learn from them as well in terms of the way they've been training and the way they see the game. So we've kind of tried to find a balance. We're still in the process of that. Yeah.
So just lastly from me, like you said, your ambition, presumed ambitions to play international cricket. Do you think that having the responsibility of captaining the Cobra side is it's going to help you focus more, or are you better off just focusing on your game and trying to get back into that South African test side?
It's definitely a goal of mine to kind of earn another opportunity at the next level. But for me, it's what can I do and where am I at right now, and at the moment it's really focused on doing all for the Cobras, and whatever's best for the team is going to benefit me in the long run. So it's just giving my full attention to the franchise. Hopefully we can do well this season. I strongly believe we've got a well-balanced side, so if the team does well, a large majority of us will kind of get credit for that as well.
Zubi, you had a small taste of it last season. You're also a Cape Town boy. Just what does it mean to you as a Cape Town boy to be named Cobras captain?
It means a lot. It's definitely something that I would have liked to achieve one day. And now that the opportunities come, I'm really looking forward to kind of not just put my stamp on the team, but also give my all, really, like kind of use this platform to do well and kind of make that influence, so we can start doing what we are capable of doing. So it's really something to look forward to at the moment. We've been working hard this pre-season, and with the same opportunities that we've had in the previous pre-season, I feel like the guys are ahead in terms of fitness, in terms of goal settings, just in terms of hunger in general. So it's exciting.
Coach, obviously a lot of experienced players now out of the side now. You brought a lot of new people in. The transition phase has been easy for these new guys to come in. Obviously with the restrictions as well, it's quite difficult to train like normal. But how's the transition period been?
Yeah, I'm sure for them, for the new guys, it's quite different because most of our pre-season is done indoors. That's how it is every season. And I think it's taken a lot, well, not a lot, but it's taken kind of these guys to reassure the others that everything is going to be okay. They might be more used to being outdoors a little bit earlier, coming from Durban. It's nice to be outside in the winter, and especially up north, in Joburg, they probably spend a lot more time outside on turf during the winter. But this is the lay of the land in Cape Town. It's wet, and we're indoors most of the time, and so I think that's probably the biggest kind of adjustment for them, having to do most of their work indoors. But I think these guys have experienced it, been able to reassure them that you need 3-4 weeks outside and you'll find your rhythm as a batsman. Well, you shouldn't really need more than 3 or 4 weeks outside. Some people might feel they need more, but I think from the guys who've been around here for most of their careers or all their careers, it's important that they kind of get those messages across to the other guys who might be used to bowling from fuller run-ups a lot earlier, outdoors, and batting on turf outdoors. They might feel, this is different. It is different, but we can't change the weather patterns.
There's a unique situation, obviously, because normally people will say experience comes with age. Now, in this particular squad, was experience with games played. A lot of guys have played a couple of seasons now, so they have experience from that point of view. A lot of guys also pushing for honours that have made debuts already for Proteas, etc. What does that bring to your side and the culture in the side and the competitiveness inside?
Yeah, look, I think it's been pretty much that over the last 2 or 3 years. Making sure that individuals, really talented individuals with potential to go all the way, get enough game time to prove what they can do. And fair play to them, they've taken the opportunities. He's one of them. Kyle, Janneman, Peter, George Linde. So, people always talk about the potential of losing these guys over the course of the season. For me, it's what we're here to do. I mean, anybody who plays at this level should have the ambition of playing at the highest level. And when you have an 18-man squad, if you don't have that kind of movement, then a lot of people won't play. You know what I'm saying? As a player, you kind of, if you're not in the first 11, you don't want to hope that somebody gets injured. You know what I'm saying? For you to get a chance. It's better for me if they go up and other people get a chance, rather than people getting injured and then others have to come in. You know what I'm saying? Or rather, maybe another scenario, a lack of form. I'd rather have somebody go away because of form rather than a lack of form. So, but I think we added some good depth to the squad this season. Last season we were caught out a little bit in terms of so many call-ups, and maybe the depth in the squad was tested. I like to think that we got some good depth in the squad, especially in white ball competitions, that we've added some nice players in that department.
Just on that, Ash, you got a couple of rookies from up the rolling ball. How have they gone thus far?
Yeah, look, I mean, like I say, it's all indoors, but they're shaping up nicely. Hafi looks like a batsman who's got some real nice touch. And Ziad is impressed. We've had Vernon Philander down, obviously, to time as a consultant, coming from time to time, guide the bowlers along. And he's been really impressed with Ziad, just with his control and his skill level. Obviously Vernon and even myself as the head coach, we see the results, but we don't often see the performance because they play at the same time as we're playing. So we don't often get to see them play. We're following and we're tracking results. When they are able to train with us, and we actually are able to, see the skill level, and obviously we've had the results. They perform well for Boland. Now you get an opportunity to have a little bit of a closer look. These guys are impressive. They're impressive, and yes, they haven't played franchise cricket yet, but I'm sure if the opportunity presents itself, they won't be out of their league playing at this level.
Yeah, obviously, Vern's Somerset thing didn't happen because of COVID. I've seen him around the squad. Is there anything you want to tell us about Vern's involvement going forward?
Well, Vernon has been around training as a consultant.
Only.
And, obviously, the last time you guys played was when in March the season came to an end. We had COVID still there. Is there, and you're announcing your captain, you're preparing, but is there talk about when the season's actually going to begin? And you know when the season is?
Are we allowed to?
Yeah, I mean the draft.
The draft fixtures are out. The draft fixtures are out. We received it last week, and we're hoping that the professional season will start 2nd of November.
Was it tough to prepare not knowing exactly when you were going to start?
Well, we only actually started preparing once we knew, because there's a lot that goes into it. We don't, for instance, have the budgets like, I think the Bundesliga was one of the first leagues to start playing during COVID, and then the Premier League started. So what that entails in terms of preparation is continuous testing of players to make sure that people are cleared, or are not positive. And so they are obviously able to, with their budgets, able to do testing maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Within Cricket South Africa, we could only, negotiate with CSA and obviously with their assistants to do it once every 2 weeks. And so we had to kind of work backwards and present to them how long do we feel we need to prepare the team. 12 weeks, so we'll have a test every 2 weeks. So we only really started preparing once everybody was able to test. We had the results, and then build up like a 12-week process in terms of getting to the 2nd of November.
When we spoke to you during COVID, you were quoted as saying at that point, obviously we were at level 5, and you said the direct quote was lives are more important than cricket at the time. Do you feel that now that we're at level 1, we're more comfortable to go out there and play?
Well, I think that's still the same. I mean, lives are more important than cricket. But at the end of the day, we're able to test. We're able to know whether people are partaking in the match, whether they actually are positive or negative, and we're able to isolate people if they are positive. And there's been incidents of within our squad with our testing that we've had to do that. We've had to isolate people.
So you've had positive cases?
Yeah.
Zubi, you spoke earlier about goal setting with the squad and also individual goals for certain players. But ultimately, the coach needs to win trophies again. It's a trophy-winning franchise, and it's been a while. So has that been spoken about, and actually lifting the trophy at the end of the season?
We still said to have a bit of a getaway in terms of team building. But no doubt, many of our minds as individuals, there's that goals of competing in all competitions. We don't want to play to lose in any case. So every game we're going to try and win. Simple as that.
So you've had time with the Proteas. There's obviously captains that you've seen over there with regards to like Quinton and Faf and Zach and all those guys you've been around. What lessons are you going to bring from your time with the Proteas over into your role as captain?
Majority of those lessons were on my individual batting performances. Just in terms of the way they play the game, different ideas, different thought processes. I think those experiences can be shared throughout our squad. I feel like as a squad in general, we'll have our own ideas of how we'd like to play the game, and we'll go from there. So I won't really force those ideas on the squad. We obviously 2 different teams will play 2 different styles of cricket, so I'm sure we'll come up with the best way forward for us to play the game.